states that our constitution stated as a legislative or executive itself has actually having the right to decide the rules, especially the national rule itself. We believe that most of the rule of policy that is made is then decided by the cooperation between these department, which is legislative and executive itself, without placing any forum from youth to speak up their explanations to this movement. So what's wrong in our nations today is because there is no any media or forum for any kinds of the youth itself to speak up their aspirations and also to speak up what actually exists in this era and what actually becomes the most important thing to be upholding in this agenda. This is actually the urgent thing that is actually why this motion exists in this agenda. So under the motion, this House regrets the decisions to involve youth in national rule decision making. To make it all clearly and clean enough understand, I am as the speaker of the government side of the House will try to give you the definitions of the motions. So this motion is going to go in the right path of debate and also giving you the proposal how why you would like to regret decisions to involve youth in national rule decision making. And also the arguments of why we would like to support this motion, ladies and gentlemen. And my second speaker going to try to bring you the two points of argument. Is the first one is the basic condition of the youth itself, and the second one is the life experience of the youth itself. And also my first speaker going to try to draw and give his flashpoints, ladies and gentlemen. So come up with my first obligations to define the motions, ladies and gentlemen. What we mean here as to involve is joining together or having the same right as legislative or executive itself, ladies and gentlemen. We believe that involved that we mean in this debate is that youth itself having the right as same as the legislative or executive itself, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we believe that we would like to regard this kind of involvement, ladies and gentlemen. And the youth that we mean here is a person in the age of between 18 and 22, ladies and gentlemen, because this is actually still in legal process, and there are a lot of experience that is actually existing in the youth in kinds of these terms of age, ladies and gentlemen. And coming towards the national rule that we mean here, is a rule that made in national level that cover all of the country's problem that made by the decision maker itself, which in our constitution written that the decision maker itself is the legislative itself, ladies and gentlemen. We believe that national rule itself is a cooperation between the legislative and executive itself, ladies and gentlemen, and it actually has been written clearly that the role is actually given towards the legislative itself, ladies and gentlemen. And the decision making itself that we make here is that the vote whether that they would like to the vote that they have the same as the legislative and executive itself. And here we believe at the government side of us, we would like to regret this kind of improvement because we believe that this kind of things is actually first going to be explained in my team's cases. But we believe that by regretting this decision to involve youth in national decision making, we believe that we have to give you the proposal on how to give the media to listen and to give the media a forum that youth itself can give their aspiration or their voice, ladies and gentlemen. We believe we would not going to make a gambling on this kind of proposal. Why? Because this is a national rule making and this is something very important in our country. We would not make it as a gambling. We're going to make something that actually has been implemented in a lot of countries, especially developed countries. First, we're going to make an open parliament where everyone can see how the decision making itself is going to be implemented. This is actually has been implemented in the USA. Well, we believe that this open parliament itself, when the decision making itself is going to be made, that every kind of society can see how this decision making itself is going to be done, ladies and gentlemen. So we believe that this open parliament is going to be very nice and going to be support this kind of transparency of the decision makers itself, ladies and gentlemen. We believe that this open parliament itself is very right to be implemented and has to implement to support the aspirations of the youth itself, ladies and gentlemen. The second one, because we believe that we would like to give the forum, the second proposal that I would like to make is that we would like to give the forum or media to listen and provide a place together the youth aspiration itself, ladies and gentlemen. Because in every national decision making itself, this will be a consideration to make the decide of a national rule itself, ladies and gentlemen. Why this proposal is going to be much more effective? First, we give the media for the youth to talk, but the second one, we also believe that we are not destroying the essence of the constitution itself, where the legislative is the one who has to make the rule itself. The third is that we're not going to make, because we believe that youth is still actually young and they have life experience. They have no kinds of experience to make the rule. That's why they have to study in a forum to speak up what they want. They have no kind of experience to vote or even to choose to decide any kind of national rule making. is actually something is actually very and the essence of the national rulemaking itself is very strong, ladies and gentlemen, and has to be implemented very right in our nation, ladies and gentlemen. So we believe that this kind of has to be something very right to be implemented by the government. That's why we believe that by neglecting the decision to involve youth in national rule decision making itself and make such an open parliament for the decision makers itself, and also giving the forum for the media, for the youth itself to talk together with the government. We believe that this is going to be much more effective than giving them this special vote by involving them by involving them and giving them the right as the legislative and executive itself to make the decision making itself. The first thing that we want to uphold is that we're going to make the essence of our constitution itself. But in our constitution itself, it has been written that the role of the decision maker itself is the legislative, and we would like to uphold this kind of constitution, and we do not want to change this constitution because this is actually something very absolute in our country, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why, because of this kind of proposal, we believe that this kind of question has to be implemented. Since we believe that the regret of the decision to involve youth in national decision making is actually something very important, because we believe that youth is still young, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to the first argument, which is talking about the essence of national making will be disturbed, ladies and gentlemen. As I told you from the very first beginning, that the essence of the rule, decision making itself was actually become the obligations of the legislation itself, and also the legislative itself, and also it is such a kind of a cooperation between the legislative and executive, and it has been stated absolutely in our constitution, and we try to make youth itself become as the one who's going to involve and having the same right as the legislative and executive itself. We're gonna try to destroy and break up our constitution, so that's why we believe that we would like to uphold this kind of problem, but this kind of fact, but we also want to solve the problem that exists in this era, ladies and gentlemen. We believe that by believing in our proposal, we are actually saving our constitution itself, and also we are also saving the youth itself, ladies and gentlemen. Because of these main points and also our proposal, this is actually going to be something very right to be implemented, and this is not a game thing, because this has to be implemented in so many countries, especially developed countries. We believe that we have to regret the decision to involve youth in national decision making. Thank you.